Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back to Pamela's Crochet and Knit Corner. This is my little corner of the interweb to share with you my makes. I am a crocheter who knits a bit, and I live in sunny Southern California in the Inland Empire with my husband, and we are the parents of a grown-up. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. How is everyone doing? It is a beautiful Monday in Southern California here. The sun is out, it is crisp and clear, and it is a holiday for me. I did not have to work today. Yay! So I thought, let me get on and do a podcast. I missed you guys. I'm going to try to podcast more often, but as most of you know, I work full time Monday through Friday. So I podcast when I can. And sometimes I feel like I don't have anything to talk about, but I'm looking around and I have lots of WIPs. And today I have a couple of finished objects that I'm really excited about. And I wanted to share with you a couple of WIPs. And let's get started. Thank you to everyone who has recently subscribed to my channel. I appreciate that. And I am going to get right into it. Let's do this. First up, I have a couple of WIPs. Oh, as you know, I love project bags. I absolutely love project bags. All of my projects are in a bag. And look at this one. I showed this to you before because I won this, and look, I've clipped my information on here so I wouldn't forget. I was the lucky recipient of Classy Kim's act of kindness, her random act of kindness. So I won this bag, and it was made by Homemade by Crafty Me, and I was the lucky winner. And look at this stitch marker, you guys. I just can't get over that. I love it. Love it. Inside this bag is my pattern. My pattern. The story behind that is, if you saw the previous episode, this is episode 14, by the way. So episode 12, where I gifted Zelda NRJ3. She's a podcaster also too. If you are not checking her out, you should be. I gifted her the Noro beanie because we went to a Noro tasting, and I thought I want to make a cowl to go with it. So I had Noro yarn, and I just sat down, I cast it on, and just kept knitting. And so I wrote down what I was doing, and I was like, hey, I might be doing something here. So ends up, I have a cowl. The cowl is done. I posted it on Instagram, and Debbie of the Canadian Crocheter, she saw it and she says, hey, can I make this? And I said, sure. And she said, did you write it down? And I said, yes. So I wrote it in a more formal manner, emailed it to her, and lo and behold, she did it. She knit my pattern, which is unofficially not out. I didn't even think about wanting to publish it or do anything. I just wrote it down. I took my notes so that I could do it again because I really liked it. It turned out great. If you want to see the original, go back to episode 12, where Z was a guest here, and I presented it to her. And I thought that I didn't know for sure what I was going to do with it, but since Debbie made it, she too talked about it on her latest video. So if you'll check out her latest video, you'll see where she made my pattern. And I named it the Cool Knit Cowl. So I'm not certain if I'm going to do anything with it. I was just super stoked that somebody was interested, and she did a fantastic job. Now I can see how it's done in a different yarn, and a solid color also too, because Noro is not variegated, but there's a lot of different colors in the blend that I used. So also, because I reached 1,000 subscribers, my community section opened up. So I posted the video with Debbie there in my community section, and you can see that, and you can see that she made my cowl. So I thought, I don't have one. Z has the original, Debbie has hers. So I thought, let me make one for myself. So first up in this project bag, that was a really long-winded way to get to the point. I'm sorry. Um, this is my pattern. Oh, that's how I wrote it. So in here, now I'm using this beautiful yarn. It's called Crazy Peacock, and it is a superwash merino wool. It's on a 19.99 bulky base. I got this from Queen's Yarn Boutique. I've always wanted to purchase something from her shop. She had a magnificent sale. So look at this beauty right here. And then check this out. How often does your project bag match the yarn? Boom, like right on. I love it. I absolutely love it. How about that? So this is the beautiful yarn that I am using. And this is the beginning of my pattern, the Cool Knit Cowl. And it is basically, it's hard to see because of the variegated color of the yarn. And I am on Chalgu Reds. But I like this. It's working up really nicely, and the yarn is soft. Using thick yarn, it moves along a little faster. But I just wanted something simple. That's all I wanted. So you're knitting and you're purling, and that's it. I like texture, but I like to obtain texture the simple way. So that's what this is. And it looks really crunchy. I'm sorry because I can't stretch it out. I don't want to drop anything. This is knit, but I am super stoked. I did something purely by accident, which is fantastic. So that is how it looks in a bulky yarn. And then I wanted to try it in a DK weight. Excuse me. How about this bag? Now, if you don't know, I'm a ladybug person. I love ladybugs. And there is a ladybug on everything that I make. I put a ladybug on there. That's my signature. I think ladybugs are good luck, and I just love them. So, of course, I love project bags, and the Sassy Qban Leo. She is on Instagram, and she is an awesome crocheter, but she makes bags as well. So I contacted Leo, and I said, I need a bag with ladybugs on it. And she says, I've got you. So this beautiful bag, and there is her label. This bag is awesome. You have your handle, and this falls in my Happy Mail section too. I think this is the only Happy Mail that I got. Inside, you can see there are pockets, and it is deep. So this will hold a shawl. And I love the stitch marker. Can you guys see that? Awesome, Leo. I absolutely love it, and thank you. I purchased this from her a couple of weeks ago. So if you guys are interested and you would like to get a project bag, she does a variety of them. She is on Instagram under Sassy Qban. So inside of my awesome Ladybug bag, Lolabean. I swear her yarn, there's something about it that's just, I can't describe it. It feels good. It doesn't have any lingering smell to it. It just flies off the needles. It feels good going through your fingers, and all of that's important to me. I have to vibe with the yarn. I do when I'm making something. Maybe that's why I have so many WIPs, because I kind of fall out of love with stuff real quick. I'm not sure. But I love her yarn. Her yarn is just scrumptious. The colors are, oh, they're just right on. I mean, you can see the depth of, I don't know if you can see the speckles in here and those pops of green. I just love it. And this is her Georgia Peach, and it's a DK weight. So I remember I mentioned last episode that I was blessed with 2 more skeins of her yarn. Now I have to do this carefully because I don't want look at this. I showed it to you last time, but now it's caked. This is lace weight silk. Sorry for the crinkling. And look at that. So I'm holding these double. And what I am working on is my pattern again. But look at this. Okay, this is the Cool Knit Cow by me. But what I'm doing is when it's time for me to do that change, that's when I incorporate this beautiful lace right here. And let me get the, I'm sorry, I should be better prepared by now. Put them on, Pamela. You need them. Okay, we have Marrow Bean Kid Mohair Silk, and we have Wax Bean Superwash Merino Silk, and that's this right here. That's this right here. I combined those two together. And then this is Georgia Peach. And that is on her pinto bean base. Look at her logo. Her little Lola. How cute. Her yarn is absolutely scrumptious, you guys. Her dyes are just, they're phenomenal. So if you get a chance to order some, then it's well worth it. It definitely is. So I'm going to finish working this up, my pattern. And this feels wonderful. So I think it's going to turn out great. And that's another knit one. My other WIP, this bag, Z, she's so funny. This bag is called Naughty Knitting Sack, and it's a company, and the name escapes me. If you want to know who does this, you can go to Z's channel. Excuse me. So you're wondering, okay, what's so naughty about that? Well, the inside is, I don't want to get in trouble for showing anything, but I'll just do that. The inside is really naughty, very naughty. So it's cute though. And excuse me, the good thing about this project bag is it holds this. So I didn't have to cake this up at all. Oops, upside down. I love this yarn, Hobby Lobby, one of my favorites. I just love their yarn. So this is cool because of the shape. I don't have to cake this. So I can just put that in there. And you always hear crinkling because I keep my projects in a plastic bag so that the yarn fuzz doesn't transfer to the bag. And when it's time to put a new project in there, I don't have old fuzz on a new project. So this is just a simple knit. Don't worry, crocheters, I've got you. This is a simple knit beanie. I didn't follow any type of pattern. Because this is worsted weight yarn, it feels really good. And it's just a pink. I cast it on 100 stitches. And I did a 2x2 ribbing. And this is actually for someone. I don't want to say who because I know she watches. So that's that. I like the way this feels. I think these needles are 5-point. And that looks, I am such a tight crocheter. I'm a tight knitter. Oftentimes I go up a hook whenever they suggest a hook. I always go up a hook size, always. I'm using a US 8 on this, which is a 5mm, and I'm using the Leica, L-Y-K-K-E. These are the needles that we got from the Neural Yarn tasting. They're wood and I like them. The yarn feels good on here and it doesn't get stuck on the needles. So I really like that also too. Okay, sorry for bending. I've got stuff all around me. That's it for WIPs. I do have 3 finished objects. And one is on Emerald, and Emerald is actually behind me. She's behind me. So let's get to that one. There's Emerald, and I am going to scoot her up. And Emerald is wearing, this was in WIP form the last time I showed it to you guys, and it is the Crochet Sparkle Cake Shawl by Sewrella. And she has a tutorial. This was fun to do, and I really, really, really like this yarn. This yarn is the anti-pilling DK Colors by Premier Yarns. and it is a light 3. And it feels wonderful on your fingers. It just pretty much slid off the hook, and I really, really, really enjoyed working on this shawl. I took pictures of it and posted it on my Instagram. I put tassels. I love tassels. The color changes are kind of subtle. I didn't mind them at all. I did not try to match anything up. I love it when I'm just working and crocheting and then a new color appears. That is so cool. That is awesome. And I put my Ladybug on there, as always. And this has been washed. And it has been dried. I know that's not the right way to do it, but and it feels really good. It feels really squishy, really soft. The directions say that you can wash it and put it in the dryer, and I washed it on cold. I have a hand wash on my washer, and I just put it in the dryer for a couple of minutes and then took it out. And then I laid it out, and I love it. So if you guys want to make one, check out Sewrella. It's the Crochet Sparkle Cake Shawl, and it's a tutorial on YouTube. I'm going to keep Emerald here because you guys have seen this in WIP form a couple of times. Well, it's done. She's done. My Just Feel Festive Shawl is done. She has been soaked and blocked, and she is glorious. And I added tassels. This awesome free pattern is by Caleisha of the Quirky Monday Craft Cast, also known as Nadira Tani. And it's a free pattern on Ravelry. Just Feel Festive Shawl. And you're encouraged to use your hand-dyed minis, or you can pretty much use any yarn you want. So I chose to use some of my hand-dyed yarn that I've just been coveting over a period of time. And this was the perfect project for it. It certainly was. It was. So this is beautiful. And it is long. You can wrap it around a couple of times, but it's absolutely beautiful, and you can't see. So my colors that I used, or I should say my yarn that I used, I love this. Yay, Caleisha. The colors that I used, of course, there's my Lolabean in there. This was the colorway from Rhinebeck West that I went to last year. This is Anniversario, Malabrigo, and this is from a Knit Crate long past. I reactivated my Knit Crate subscription. It's like, oh, now you guys want to, you know, have some great yarns and not just sock yarn and not just fingering weight. So we'll see what I get in the mail. I will share that with you. This was from there. It's called Wee Wee Violet. And then I think I put in some Hawthorne fingering, which is this right here. And I held that double. So she's done and she's beautiful. Now my tassels, I like tassels, and whenever I feel like it, I put them on. I use a tassel maker. It's by Clover. And it's a really simple apparatus. This is it. And this is full length. Okay, so there are gauges there. You unscrew these tabs and the notches are right there. So if you want to make a smaller tassel, you can. It's really simple. It's really easy. It just makes them even, for lack of a better word. So I like it. I use it all the time. And that was Clover, and I got that on Amazon. But she is done, and I love it. My last finished object is, if you guys have some free time on Sundays, she is in Chicago, so I'm not certain what the time is global-wise, but DOY Creations, she does lives on Sundays. And I mean, it's like a fiber festival gathering. People all over come into the live. We chat, we share information, support each other. But she started doing, creating things during that live. Not last Sunday, not this past Sunday, not yesterday. Yesterday was a purse, but the Sunday before she did slippers. And so you get your stuff and you get ready. And when she comes on, she walks you through it. And as we're all sitting there chatting and you know, having a good time, we're also making something. So I was late to the party, but I made them after the fact because you can watch the live and get the instructions afterwards. So I made these cute little slippers. They look kind of wonky, but they're cute. I really like them. And I used Woolies Thick and Quick. Some I had bought a long time ago. And I just followed the pattern. I think I used an end hook, but I put little tabs on mine to make it easy to pull them onto your feet. They do fit. And then I added pom-poms to mine. Somebody added pom-poms to theirs, and I thought, oh, that's a cute idea. But these are absolutely adorable. And they fit. I like them. My husband laughed at me when I put them on, but they're cute. He said they were cute. So these are really cute. Just something fun to do on a Sunday afternoon. And I use a pom-pom maker. And I have these in a couple of different sizes. Again, this is Clover, and I got that off of Amazon. So you wrap one side, close it. You wrap the other side, close that. And then you cut through here. Tie a string around it, pull it tight, trim it off, and you have a pom-pom. So they have these in all sizes, and this is Clover. And no, I'm not sponsored. I buy all this stuff myself. They don't even know who I am. So there's some cute little slippers. And that was really fun. So if you guys want to check her out on Sundays, do that. I think you'll enjoy it. Also, too, I saw something, I don't know whether it was on YouTube or where it was, But if you want a fun way to keep your ends, grab one of these mason jars and just put your ends in there. And I thought that was super cute. And some people make amigurumis and other things where you need stuffing. And oftentimes I hear amigurumists say that they use their trimmings when you have ends, if you've made a blanket or anything like that, extra fringe from a shawl. So that's great. So I took this jar and I just put my ends in there. And then of course, you guys recognize that, don't you? Z gave me a sticker, so I thought, oh, perfect place for it. So that's just a little tidbit tip. It's not mine. I saw it somewhere and I thought that it was cool, so I thought that I would share it with you guys, and that was pretty much it. So that's it. Gosh, I'm already at 31 minutes. I don't know what to say, but it was just, I wanted to get on and say hey and show you that I finished my Just Feel Festive shawl. And also too, thank you again for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching and giving me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And I will be back soon. So everyone, have a great day. Make sure you're taking care of your lethal making weapons. And speaking of which, I am on my way to get a much needed and overdue mani-pedi. So I hope that you guys are enjoying your holiday or your Monday, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.